I see you there. How you doing? Welcome to Hayward Talking. I am Scotty D, and my friend who, if you are not watching the podcast, he's wearing a white t-shirt. His name is, insert name here.
Bob.
Okay, that's Bob. And then I always just call you Red Headphones Guy because they stand out. Nobody else has on red headphones, so you're Red Headphones Guy. Red Headphones Guy, insert name here.
Derek.
All right, there you go.
But you can call me Red Headphones Guy. They were a great deal.
I know. We've talked about the deal of the century on those headphones, and they're good. I'm amazed by the quality, I have to tell you. Just the audio quality alone is amazing to me. Because we're talking into microphones. You're just talking into some little piece of shit hanging off your cord.
But it's not a piece of crap. It sounds good.
No, I know. But like that's the way people would think about it. They probably wouldn't say piece of shit. I shouldn't have done that. That's a bad way to start off the show, calling Derek's headphone microphone a piece of shit.
It's just a headphone. It doesn't have any feelings. It's not going to be upset.
That's good. It's an inanimate object, so... All right, on today's show, as you know, it's Wednesday, and we may not always do this on Wednesday, but traditionally we've been doing midweek man stuff. So today we're going to be talking about the ideal man cave. Now, I was scolded before the show by our father. He was told us, don't get into details, don't get all, don't say I'm going to have this and this and this and this and this. So I'm going to let the guy... who I love dearly, tell us a little bit about, help us get into the right frame of mind on this man cave thing, Bob. Tell us what you're thinking about the man cave. Go.
Okay, so the ideal man cave should have a space or a private space for you as an individual to go hang out, just to get away and reset. We know most of us guys, when we get off of work or whatever's going on in life, we need to stop and reset everything going on in our brain.
Traditionally, for most men, that's the toilet. When they get home from work, even if you don't have to take a dump, you go in there so you can read or whatever, just to get a few minutes away from work before all the kids and everybody are like, hey, Dad, honey, I need you to do that kind of stuff. So you go poop if you need a minute. And then they're like, true. I can't believe you're still in there. That kind of thing.
But we also need a place that we can socialize with and have people within that man cave. So not only do you need a section just by yourself, something comfortable that you could be in, but we also need to be inviting the other people because you could get a bunch of guys together. That's an ideal man cave. So the idea of this is to decide what are some of those big ticket items or big things that you would want in your man cave that kind of make it manly.
Okay, you throw your first one out there.
Pool table.
All right. And I'm not a huge pool player, but I see the draw of the pool table. My only thought is, and again, this may be more, you said that the man cave can be any size we want it, but I'm just thinking about square footage right away.
Don't worry about that. You've won $75 million from our Monday show.
Yeah, that's true. On Monday, I won $100 million, really. But
right. So you've got all the money you can, so you can fit anything in there you want.
So I don't have to worry about. That's good. So pool table. All right. You said something else too. What's the other thing that you mentioned?
An HD projector. So I could choose a very nice quality one, so I could project everything on a wall or something like that. Watch games on a 110-inch screen TV, anything like that.
I'm gonna buy real TVs. I'm gonna be honest. I'm getting real. They'll be the huge ones. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to get multiple TVs. You want to be able to have a bunch of games on Sundays. At least again, if we're living off our lottery earnings and we got the guys over, I'm going to have a wall of TVs. I'm going to have a number.
Derek, would you have TVs or would you have like a projector or something like that? What's your idea?
Probably a TV. And as far as a pool table, my dad has a little barroom sized pool table in his living room. The living room's in like 2 sections, and that's fun. I don't know. I don't know if that's like great for a man cave. And when we're talking about man cave, I mean, it could be, I think, we all kind of think of our own little separate room, kind of everything. But for me, in my house, I kind of just let the living room function as my man cave because I do I work at night. So when everybody goes to sleep, my house is my man cave.
He is the king of the castle at night when everyone's sleeping.
And so I do appreciate a big screen TV.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say one of the things you have to have, sorry, Bob, I was just going to say one of the things you have to have, at least for me, leather couches. Got to have leather couches everywhere.
Yes. You have to have leather couches. But real quick, last hit on the TV thing. I like your idea, Scott, having a bunch of TVs. But have you guys seen where they put like 8 or 9 TVs together to make one monstrous screen that functions? Yeah. I would do that. That'd be better quality than a projector.
All they do for that though is you can still use them individually, but you can do that thing too where they're just like all projecting the same image. That's pretty freaking cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. For like the Super Bowl or like if the Red Wings are in the Stanley Cup beating the Blackhawks, you'd really want that up there large, it's larger than life to watch the sad faces of all the Blackhawk fans and Jonathan Taves and Kane crying like little babies. That would be good. You'd
probably have better luck just playing that lotto and winning. Okay, the next thing. Would you guys have like a bar in your man cave?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
See, I have my hutch. Y'all may have seen the hutch, where I keep a lot of where I keep that. It's in the little office off the kitchen. It's like a little cabinet. It's got all my liquor in there, and I think that's a great place for me. But you can always take glassware into the living room. Like I said, like you're talking about, Bob. You want a place that can be sociable, or a place that you can be by yourself. So I think the living room where we have our leather couches, it's a great place where if I have somebody's over and we want to drink, just head over to the kitchen, pour the drinks, come back into the living room, drink, socialize, and do manly things, man cave stuff.
So here's another idea. Would you guys like a fireplace and a bookshelf full of books in your man cave? That's a tough one.
I like a fireplace.
You think about sitting in one of your nice leather chairs, and this is your decompression time. Sitting in your leather chairs, sipping some whiskey or scotch, maybe reading a book or smoking a pipe or cigar or something, just within your man cave.
I like that idea. I like the idea of having books, a comfortable space. I have go ahead, Scott.
I was just going to say, I feel like, not that I'm against books, but I feel like if I put a library type situation in the man cave, my wife's going to be in there a lot. Not that I don't want my wife around, but if it's for me, I guess I can have my books. I really don't care about the fireplace.
$5 million. Build her a book room.
That's true. I could just build her own library.
Yeah. If you buy her a library, damn it.
For me, if price was no object, and I'm building an ideal man cave, I would like to have a silent but active smoke eater filter system.
Yes.
Something because we're all we're big fans of cigars and pipe tobacco. That's a big thing. Currently, I have like a little filter that emits ozone and ions, and it's great for killing the smell after I smoke. But having a smoke eater that's active and doesn't have any, it's not loud or anything like that, that actually is eating the smoke and killing the odor as you smoke, I think that would be fantastic.
That'd be awesome because you get 5 or 6 of your buddies over, everyone's smoking a cigar. That man cave is going to just be a cloud of smoke. So yeah, you need something to filter all that stuff out, and that'd be awesome because that's a big piece of it for me as well.
I would have a number of beers on tap. That would be that would be the thing that I would want the most out of everything. Like you said, do you want to have a bar? Yes, but my caveat would be I would like to have a number of kegs available at any time.
Nice.
Because I think beer on draft is the best. That is my favorite of all time. So that's what I would do for sure.
Yeah, and if you get if you got all that money, you could actually get a liquor license. That way, you could purchase it directly from from people and have a delivery of your kegs every month or week or whatever you need.
And I could like pay somebody to stand in line to get Bourbon County for me, or maybe I would just, like you're saying, if I had the liquor license, somebody could just get it for me. Can you imagine having that on tap? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's a lot of places in the Chicago area that have had it on tap, and it's amazing.
I bet you it's so good. Derek,
so
you look like you're about to say something. Go ahead.
No, we got seating, we got televisions, we got sports games, we got smoking, we got drinking. What else? What else are we missing? Are we missing anything like a dartboard?
Yeah,
I would love
you
a
could do that. Air hockey. I mean, there's all sorts of games you could have in there. One of the things I'm thinking that we haven't mentioned, and this might not be what everybody would want to do, but for me personally, I would want to have some sports memorabilia in the man cave. That would be a big deal for me. I would try to find some stuff that I really, really liked, especially Red Wings memorabilia, and I would put that stuff up there.
And you're a big Carolina Panthers fan, right?
No.
Huge, right?
No. I mean, I watch them. I'm not against Carolina Panthers, but when they went to the Super Bowl last year, I became a fan, but I was bandwagon.
Look, I know you're a Detroit guy. I know it. Everybody knows. My mom knows it. All right? My mom knows you love Detroit.
When you're born somewhere, this is the thing I don't understand. This could be a whole new podcast. We'll talk about this someday. But it always blows my mind when somebody is born and raised somewhere, moves to another place, and then abandons the team where they used to live. That's weird. Like, if you moved to Tennessee, Derek, would you stop being a Dallas Cowboys fan?
No.
Yeah. Why would you do that? All those years you've invested in that team, of crying when Tony Romo messes up and crying when Brett Favre screws your whole team over in the last freaking minute of the game.
But I do like the Tennessee Titans because they used to be the Houston Oilers, and I was born in the city of Houston. So
there you go. And
so I can't.
I think it's a little different with football, as long as it's not like a direct competitor, especially. Like, if I moved to Chicago someday, I could never be a Chicago Blackhawks fan. Never.
Because they play against the Detroit Lions, right?
The Red
Wings.
They used to be in the same division as the Red Wings until the Red Wings moved to the East. Okay, we're losing people by the second. We're bleeding out people. But anyway.
But I did just add that to our show spreadsheet, so we will have a whole conversation.
It's on the spreadsheet.
We're on the spreadsheet. It's official. We will have a show about that.
It's official.
April 10th.
So let's kind of wrap up on the man cave. Sports memorabilia. We're talking all these games and different stuff. Now, again, I feel like we went a little crazy because we were pretending that we had $100 million. Like, this room that I'm in, Bob has been in this room before. It used to be kind of man cave-ish, and then it became my studio. So,
I think the bottom line is to just take whatever space you have in your house and make it as comfortable and as usable for your purposes, for your man cave stuff. And if that means a spare bedroom, the garage, or even the living room, I think you could do it.
I think even like a storage shed in the backyard. In fact, Hildebrand, I'm trying to remember what he goes by. Is it not Pacific Northwest? He's a Canadian guy, and he does a lot of vape stuff. Chris
Hildebrand. Prairie Piper?
Prairie Piper. Yeah, I didn't want to say his name, but I guess it's okay. So Prairie Piper, he built like his own little shed where he does his pipes and stuff like that. So,
and that's what I have now. Cool. I'm sitting in my man cave, which is a 12x9 room that I built inside my garage.
Yes.
So right here, I mean, there's a door right across from me. There's a drum set, a keyboard. I've got my whiskey cabinet. I've got studio speakers. I mean, this is there's guitars hanging on the wall, track lighting up on the ceiling, all
there's
kinds
a
of stuff.
microphone hanging in front of your face too.
Right. That I keep hitting. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of my man cave and what I can afford to do. So we all can make it what we, do it within your limit, but you need that space, not just when you're taking a dump.
Although, let's be real, sometimes just sitting on that toilet with your iPhone, nothing better.
No, I mean, that's a nice quiet time. Everybody leaves you alone. My wife always thinks that I take a dump for like a half hour every single time.
You just stay there until your legs go numb and you're like,
right,
I got to get up.
You stand up.
Sorry, Mom, if you're watching. I'm sorry.
I had somebody one time go, it was a girl, of course. She was like, you take your phone in the bathroom? And I was like, yeah. And
everybody.
I'm sure there's fecal matter all over that bad boy.
Well, here, real quick before we wrap up the show, how many times have you ran around or walked around like, where the heck's my phone? I got to take a dump.
Yeah.
And you didn't get in there until there it is. Okay, now you can go.
Now I can go. As long as I have my phone. I have taken my iPad in there before too, like when I'm sick. And
I brought my
computer. I'm going to be in here for a while.
I was all set up. Put my little
because I want
office.
A bigger screen. If you're going to watch a movie or something while you're taking a dump when you're sick or something, you're just like, hey, you got to go to. We're getting the wrap up
that's the ideal man cave, everybody. I want to thank everybody for watching this episode of Midweek Man Stuff on Hey We're Talking. Please check us out on heywe'retalking.com for our Podbean podcast. Check us out on YouTube at Hey We're Talking, or just go to iTunes and check out and type in Hey We're Talking. Find us on Facebook. That was really good. I know.
I cut you off during Facebook. Go ahead, tell them on Facebook. What do you do on Facebook?
We have a presence on Facebook. Hey, we're talking. So yeah, hey, we're talking. Thanks for interrupting me, Scott. We'll see
you're welcome.
Friday.
You were doing great. On Friday, by the way.
Lose his job.
By the way, Friday, we're going to tell you guys what our top 5 TV shows are. Boom. Get ready for that. You should be excited. Oh, you want us to wrap up? Okay, we're supposed to wrap up. All right, thanks for listening. We appreciate you.